Is that better? We'll find out.
Is that better?
Okay. Is this better? God, I need to. Alright, so how does this sound? Does this sound much better?
Alright, so how does this sound?
You don't have to full screen it.
Does this sound much better? You don't have to full screen it.
Alright, cool. Now, I was told that I'm gonna want to look at the. Oh my gosh, turn down the volume. So I was told that I'm gonna want to look at the files while this happens. So I've got to find it. Scan Steam apps, common, and then Doki. Alright, there they are. One second. Okay, so that's just that. Alright. So I'm gonna add a second scene here in which I'm going to shoot, one second, let me put it back up. Which I'll have in the corner of the screen. Okay, the quality's not gonna get any better, so I'll just leave this here. And, okay, Ryan, first off, fucking second off, what the fuck is this? Anime titty, okay, it's anime broke. Let's see, it's... Alright, so, just... Yeah, see, it's got that thing at the bottom there, this is the game we're playing. Alright, just don't worry about it. We're doing this. Enter my name. Should I enter my real name, or should I enter my YouTube name? There, you're a moderator, Keegan. What should I enter for a name? No, I mean, I'm giving you two choices here. My real name or my YouTube name. I'm not putting waifu. I'm not putting dick face either. Alright, screw it. First real answer I saw. Oh god, I'm not doing that. See an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Gabe, shut up. You're staying. Okay, I'm not doing that either. I overslept again. Should I do voices? I really feel like I shouldn't, but... I don't think I should do voices, but... My god. No voices? Okay. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Fazbin. Hey, that's me. Okay. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Okay. We cross the street together and make our way to school. Shut up, Gabe. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Fazbin, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Why is this like... It feels like it's personally attacking me right now. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs and if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Well, at least promise me you'll try a little. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. I'll let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worrying so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Okay, Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's getting to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Oh. Oops. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, you can come to my club. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Yeah, meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she'd had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Marcus, this sounds like you. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. I think that's how you say that. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or she's so cunning as to have planned out all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Enthusiastically, I say. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used to for a third-year classes and activities. Haven't watched an anime in a few months. Oh, Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glanced around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Fazbin. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the literature. Oh god, I said literature. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I didn't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can't just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. You guys want to do the heist when I get on? Well, that's obviously what we're going to do. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. This is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people, like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great seeing you again, Fazbin. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Fazbin. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make you some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. I'm also cringing at this, but I heard that it turns, so that's why I'm playing it. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for you, you know. You, dummy. By the way, I still got my checkpoint on Series A, so we can finish that at any time as well. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea. Glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monaco raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. Okay, so before I go on, the two people that are here, as far as I know, yeah. I've heard that it goes dark. I'm not sure what they mean, but I know it goes dark. And so, what I'm trying to say is, I want you guys to be here so you can see what I'm talking about. Or at least we can all see what I'm talking about, because I've got no idea. Probably be fun to experience. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... It's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You'd probably be a board member for any of the other major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then fulfilling that dream. Monica is a really great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You haven't worked hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. My God. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Shut up. I thought, though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Fazbin, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. and telling you a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Oh my god. Just ruin this for me. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Desperately grasp for something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have accepted that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. This doesn't look like it's gonna go well. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? Oh my god, I hit a button again. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. It might have been just you. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Phasbin? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back on the road to talking to join the club, I bluntly come forward with the mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. So I may have convinced me to stop by, but I never actually made any decisions. I stop other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls suddenly stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. Badge ban. Lol. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Shut the fuck up, Marcus. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting, and we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Phasbin, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Phasbin, since we're already here, do Do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sarah and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed at after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. With that, the two of us departed the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so I'm guessing I need to choose one. Which one should I go for? I guess. I see the word heart, but which one of those three should I go with? Yuri? Marcus says Yuri. Alright, so what word do you think she will like? As I've seen, Jesus fuck. As I've seen, she's kind of depressing. So... Rain cloud. Okay, nope, that's her. Alrighty. Heart's not on here. Let's see, Inferno, Sunny, Embrace, Peace, Jumpy, Special, Family, Melancholy, I can't say that, Romance, and Puppy. Which one? Gabe, by the way, you're a little far behind. Let's see, which one? Inferno? I'm gonna go Inferno. That worked. Heaven Sent. Music. Feather. Amazing. Spinning. Pleasure. Parfait. Marshmallow. Pure. And Whirlwind. Which one do you think this girl will like? Yeah, you are 6:07. You literally take almost a whole minute to say something for me. Alrighty. Pleasure. That worked. Nice one, Marcus. Existence. Fear. Determination. Insight. Tenacious. Joy. Sparkle. Misery. Rose. And flee. Yes, I see this. I see this. Don't worry. You don't have to say anything about it. Fear or misery? Gabe, you're the tiebreaker. Fear. Alright. Nope, that's her. So we've got 2 for 2 right now. Incapable, horror, love, games, sugar, pain, vacation, effulgent, agonizing, and misfortune. Oh, good lord. Hurry up, Marcus. Agonizing. Alright. 3-2. Nightgown. Sensation. Sunset. Tears. Disaster. Fickle. Excitement. Forgive. Clouds. Fester. Tears. Nope, 3 for 3. Portrait, secretive, infinite, jump, frightening, waterfall, skirt, uncanny, destiny, crimson. I'm gonna choose this one and go with destiny. Comfort, nature, playground, fun, afterimage, adventure, landscape, anger, lollipop, email. Ooh, this one's gonna be hard. I'm gonna say afterimage. Wrath, anime, death, vitality, cry, vertigo, sticky, prayer, bubbles, and heartbeat. Wrath. Unrequited, disarray, dance, laugh, beauty, socks, kiss, desire, dazzle, breath. Look, desire. Yeah. Yeah, so am I. But I guess I'm getting the hang of it. Charmed together, broken, warm, atone, marriage, lust, poof, sweet, precious. Broken. No, that's you. You're so happy. Why are you liking the depressing stuff? Stop. Peaceful, blanket, analysis, candy, sing, graveyard, silly, essence, daydream, headphones. I feel like graveyard. Hop, promise, fantasy, covert, philosophy, ambient, memories, depression, lipstick, treasure. Well, she said she liked fantasy, so... No, that's you. Okay, why? Intellectual, cheer, fireflies, scars, flower, lucky, loud, extreme, summer, electricity. Scars. Okay, why? Stop it. Go away. Childhood, contamination, wonderful, skipping, cage, aura, variance, kawaii, captive, and melody. Go with captive. Anxiety, tragedy, unrestrained, strawberry, shame, holiday, twirl, hair, pout, sadness. Anxiety. Ribbon, friends, nibble, vibrant, judgment, dark, chocolate, suicide, shiny, extraordinary. Well, that's one. I want to choose it, but I feel like if I do, it's going to be her. Just because of how she's like on the depressing stuff. Dark. Nope, that's you. Bed, question, lazy, passion, vivacious, vanilla, disoriented, bunny, scar, disoriented. Giggle, happiness, climax, fluffy, despise, raindrops, journey, papa, imagination, uncontrollable. Entropy, entropy, grief, vivid, alone, universe, kitty, rainbow, ocean, hurt, explode. Hurt! Oh, that's you, of course it is. But I think I chose more for the purple. Yuri. Glad you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Phasmin. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join in clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back in her seat. I did not say that. Don't worry, guys. Phasmin always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Ooh, are you? How come you and Phasmin become good friends too? Oh. Are you now? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like it was a big deal when it's really not. What did I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess it means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book and I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This girl accidentally being so cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically, I take the book. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad about distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Their eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason, just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Turn down the volume in my headset, jeez. What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Fazbin? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. Totally forgot Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It shows that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants it to be evil, because they have their own goals, of their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they may not be the naive one for letting their one-side morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Sorry, someone came in. Sorry, Gabe, I'm fine. Someone came in. I had to mute myself for a second and talk to them. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Right, it's fun if I sit here, right? I slipped into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. See. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or something. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Oh god, I can't fucking speak. Looks like she's gonna take out a gun. She's the white school shooter. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? Apologize? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of us. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. This is happening. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. The way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Hello, Hexagle. Welcome to this cringy little thing I'm doing. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Gosh. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. See. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Fazbin, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry. I really don't know if you were... Forgive me. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? Look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hands from her book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after I pick up a bit, you know? That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something that's so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sarah and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sarah is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I'll do the same myself. Ooh, who should I show it to first? Monica first. With Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Having a good time so far? Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Fazbin. We're all just a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we all learn to get past soon. It's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Fazbin. I was going in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easy for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. The best way to find that kind of style that suits you. Would you shut up? Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. See, well, let's read it then. Oh. Alright. Oh shoot. Move the screen. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? Oh my god, I can't speak. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize. Oh, jeez. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh god. If sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect, and then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Well, now that you're back, who should I go with next? Sayori. This is a good poem, Phasbin. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one after all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Phasbin. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yeah, now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you, too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That's the way to end it. Sayori, this is just until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It just came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was much fun. Monica's the best. But next time I won't forget, and I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who next? If you're watching the chat, if you're watching the stream, don't be afraid to say something either. Yuri? Alright. Hexagle. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. God, why did I do it like that? What kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? That's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri throws off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through all that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Shut up, Gabe. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It takes you some time, but it comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I should be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. God damn, I can't speak, which itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed to be a literature club. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calms, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Shut the fuck up. Well, I just don't read script that very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Fesvin. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, poets are often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Can't get over that. Can't get over it. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. As soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna do my best for you, Phasbin. Me too. Well, last person. Phasbin, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'll tell you what to improve, but you better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. People don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't it the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Second, let me check the game files. I forgot about that. Nothing's changed yet. Yeah, as you can see, nothing's changed just yet. It's still all the same. Alright. Seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into this than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Don't expect that from your youngest one here, did ya? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. Don't really care about how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated, as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is just a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you just completely miss a symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Games files won't matter until the game turns into horror. Okay, thanks for that tip. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Phasbin did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Phasbin liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Phasma appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Phasma started showing up. Did they? Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Phasma, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she can get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not force them to figure it out. Oh. Help me explain this to her, Phasma. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting yourself, it's also a waste. Do you understand that, right, Phasma? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Ooh. I've got 3 options here. Natsuki, Yuri, or Sayori, help me. Sayori, you're yelling it, so, and telling me to wait until it turns to horror to check the game files makes me feel like you played this before, so I'm gonna trust your judgment. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defensive that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah. Everyone's fighting and it's making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly what nobody likes. Stop. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same size they always were. Big and beautiful. Well. Sayori. Sayori stands up triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with her on a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. Yeah, lit XD meme. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. See, take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes 2 of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. She, such a genuine person, really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Phasmin, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sora beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. You know, Phasmin, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone's what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Look, Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, let's do this. Thanks. Alright, so we've got more things here. We're writing another poem, so yes, again. Should I go for the same person this time? Should I go for someone else? Go for Yuri again, or should I go for Natsuki or Sayori? Go for the same person. Alright. I can't remember what's she like that was on this. Misfortune, sing. Raindrops, fun, facious, music, broken, spinning, universe, time. I think it was misfortune, but I also think that she jumped to that. And I'm pretty sure sing is her, as well as fun. So, raindrops maybe? Broken. Universe. I don't think spinning. Or music. I don't think any of this goes for her. Go raindrops. Okay. Tears. No, that's you. I forgot about that. Uncontrollable. Disarray. Disarray. Cage. Unrestrained. Journey. Fallible. I'm just taking guesses now. Knew it. Boop. Anxiety. Passion. Dang. Depression. Okay, I knew that was you. That's not good. Let's see. Judgment. Venture. Dang it. I don't want more for you. Dark. I know it's her heartbeat. Marshmallow ribbon. Hopeless. Oh crap. Rain cloud. That's you. Station. Pick horror or anything physical harm related for Yuri. Hurt. You said physical harm. That might have been wrong anyways. Okay. Horror or physical harm. After image was for her. Okay, what about tragedy or massacre? It's one of these two. Massacre. Capable. Graveyard. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here in the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Phasmin. Yo, Sayoro. Pretend like that didn't happen. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to being in the club, that's all. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look in your purse, Sayori? Why is that all of a sudden? No reason really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her curling purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill out of the desk. Only two small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you'd have bought a snack before coming to the club room. Either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you just plan to conveniently forget that you spent all of your money, so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so, that leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Tell Phasmin to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got up too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's the fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right though. I didn't see something bad now I have to accept the retribution. That still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Pwap. She got smacked, didn't she? Out of nowhere, something smacks her in the face and tumbles onto the desk. What was that? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. So happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Sure good. Sayori suddenly claps her hand around her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours look really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, what do you think I gave you that one? Fine. See, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and gets behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez, I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. 3 to 4 hours. It looks like it's gonna be a long little mini series. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where is Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything being relayed today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. It's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. Pretty popular after all. Don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me. Okay, so if she comes in right here, yeah, I'm gonna save here. And I will start this again tomorrow. So yeah, I will start this again tomorrow. Probably around the same time, maybe earlier. But yeah, so I will talk to you all then.